Alrighty, everyone, welcome. Thanks for jumping on the call. If you don't, well, you should all know me. I'm Croydon, and I was lucky enough to be able to schedule this call to have two mentors, or definitely in this business, that have coached me and shown me the simple systems and leadership skills to grow throughout this amazing company that we have with us, with Prove It, and the importance of creating a community, building relationships throughout our organization, and working hard, but playing full out, having fun along the way. And so, if you are on this call right now and you know there's a couple of people still that need to get on this, just send them a reminder text right now to pop them on, and we'll rip into it. And so the outcome of this call is really just to know where our company's heading, and Dustin's going to give us, some takeaways and outcomes on what 2018 looks like, as far as, really setting some intention to finish the year strong, and obviously start 2018 stronger than what you did in 2017, if you've been with us for a year now. Because I know that, just to give you my personal story, that the last 12 months has been the best year of my life, the most amazing traveling experiences that I've been on throughout China, running the Great Wall of Marathon, to going to Greece with my wife, and Dubai with my wife on a 2-week holiday, experiencing some good personal experiences together. And then, being able to travel throughout America with the rest of other provers, and recently in Dubai, where I hung out with the top leaders and the top thought leaders on financial wealth, and understanding that there's all these amazing skills that you have to learn and grow with. And so the personal growth of business, and developing amazing friendships with all of you that are on this call right now. I never thought that 2017 would take me into our business growing in Canada, Australia, and America. Those are the Americans that are on, and also obviously we've got one special lady, Tara, who's in Singapore as well, which is exciting to get Singapore going over there as well. So we won't make this long. I'll blab it on too much, but Dustin, I just wanted to, if it was possible, just a way to start of the call where, we can just, we've got Canadians, obviously Australians on this call, all over the globe. And so I just wanted you to paint the picture of what's going on in 2018, and what it takes is the importance of building relationships, and doing the DMOs. And because a lot of people, talking about like the importance of leadership and what high achievers mean, because, a lot of people have made it to high levels of COCs, and not really maybe understand where to go from there, as far as, the daily method of operations, and building relationships in the team, and the constant Zooms, and creating the community, that stuff that you have to do that no one else is willing to do to see success in any business, let alone Prove It.
Wow, Creighton, man, I'm fired up, and if I missed something, you just kept me circle back up. I am driving. I'm going to an event in LA here right now. So great time to do calls because I'm in traffic anyway. But I'm going to kind of just give you a perspective for a second. First off, like you said, watching your year unfold was pretty cool from my vantage point, right? Watching what happened, and how, you didn't wake up one day and go, like, my year is going to be like this. You woke up one day saying, hey, listen, I want my life different, and I'm going to start taking activity, do actions daily, and then it ends up becoming this. And then a year later, you're like, wow, that was awesome. But I can tell you this, Croydon, with the activity that you're doing and the momentum that you're creating, next year will be even more extraordinary. And so some people on this call may be going like, my year wasn't that great. Maybe it wasn't the best year of my life. Well, this is the beginning of that year shift. And I promise you, if you measure your activity and you have a vision of where you want to go, anything is possible. Brian Underwood had us do a little exercise when we were in the Christmas party. And he goes, before you do your goals, sit down and go through what you're grateful for, right? So what I did, and I did it a little differently than I normally do, like, I'm grateful for my kids, and I'm grateful for my wife, I'm grateful for my mom, I'm grateful for my house, I'm grateful for my Tesla that drives itself. Yes, it's driving itself right now. So I'm very grateful for that because I get to work while I'm driving. But what I did is I did something a little different. I go, okay, look at over the last 2 years being part of this company, like what has changed really in my life? Like what is the big changes in day-to-day life? And I wrote them all down. And the feeling of overwhelming joy over me was pretty extraordinary. And then I put my intentions towards my goal next year, right? Because at the end of the day, no matter what happens moving forward, my life will forever be different, and the trajectory of my future will forever be different because of what's happened, right? And I'm just extremely grateful for that. Grateful to meet people like Croydon. Grateful that he got to come to our house and spend time with my family, and my son got to call him Wheels. I mean, like that's just cool, right? And what other industry are you gonna get that opportunity? It just doesn't happen. At least nothing I've ever done. But I was on a call earlier today, and it made me think of something. And I have a lot to say, but and I can cover a lot of things. But you know, this time of year is a cool year, right? And I don't know if Australia is the same as the U.S. I would imagine so. It's like there's a lot of giving, a lot of caring, a lot of spending, but also a lot of stresses, a lot of excuses, a lot happening, right? It's just the holiday season. And so 2 years ago, I met a lady. 2 years ago, November 6th, one call. Dustin, my son's going to die of seizures. The doctor put him on a ketogenic diet. I'm overwhelmed, don't know what to do. Can you help in any way? And I'm like, come tomorrow. We're having a special. Can you mute that out there, Croydon, for me, please?
Yeah.
All right, thanks. Come tomorrow, and I'm pretty sure that person can't hear a word of what we're saying. But like a jackhammer going off. And I just told her, I go, hey, listen, come tomorrow, listen to this. I happen to be doing an educational workshop on ketosis. And then I go, we'll meet. Create a relationship with her. She came in as a customer. She was terrified to give her son her product at the time because she didn't understand it. This was 2 years ago. But I went to her house and I started helping her learn the ketogenic diet for her son. And 1 month later, her whole family had already lost like 60 pounds total. They all started using our product. She came into our business on December 18th. Mixer on December 20. She was on Workman's Comp at Costco, if you know the big box store here. From Costco, they were paying their mortgage with their credit card, about ready to be evicted out of their house. She couldn't barely walk. Her son's dying of seizures, and they were losing everything. And of course, her and her husband's relationship wasn't very strong, even though they were very, very, very big into relationships, right? Counseling and all these other stuff. Because life was hitting him in the face. She signed up. She called Michael Rutherford and me up, and she said, Dustin, Michael, I love this product. It's already made a huge impact in our family's lives. She goes, but literally, we are losing everything. And can you help us? Now, she is like 200 pounds overweight. Like, can picture the last person that you're ever going to pick on a sports team, right? The last person you're ever going to pick to do anything. You are not going to pick her. You're not going to pick this woman. You were never going to pick her out of a crowd that she would be a champion and proven. You'd never pick her that she's going to go out and inspire to change a million lives. You'd never pick her for anything. True story. Love her. She's the nicest person you'll ever meet. But you wouldn't have picked her. She would have been picked last. And Michael and I looked at her and said, okay, it's December 18th. We're going to do a mixer on December 23rd because it just happened to logistically work for everybody, for us 3 people. Not everybody that she knew. It just worked best for us because we had plans, right? And I go, 24 people to show up on December 23rd, 2 days before Christmas. 24 people showed up to a room to learn about ketosis. She did an event 2 days after Christmas with 64 people showed up. Now that's because the 24 came, they all brought guests, and she brought more guests on the 2 days after Christmas. And now she's a champion in Prove It. She has one of the greatest stories in Prove It. She's in our magazine. Her family's lost 200 and some pounds now. Her son's seizures are very much under control. Their lives are different. Financially, she's driving a freaking Escalade, right? She's not paying her mortgage with credit cards anymore. My whole point to that is is, number one, we didn't judge her, right? I say that about if you were to pick her on the team. When I saw her, I didn't go, well, she's going to suck at this. I didn't think that. All I cared about it was, is she asked for help. She raised her hand, and we're going to help anybody that raises their hands and says they're going to do something. Let's go. We gave her a challenge. She stepped it. She didn't just step up to the challenge. She knocked it out of the park. But guess what? Her back was against the wall. Sometimes I wish I was more broke when we started. Sometimes I wish I was more sick when I started, right? I wish it was worse. My back would have been further against the wall. I'd probably be way further ahead, But her back was against the wall. She came out swinging. She didn't care. She didn't care that people thought she was fat. She didn't care that people knew she was broke. She told them she was broke. She told them she was fat. But she also told them where she was going. She said, listen, I'm going to go change my family's lives. I'm going to change anybody's lives that wants to come along with us. And she goes, I'm going to get our butt out of debt and get our house back. And she told everybody where she's going over the holidays. There wasn't a worse time for this woman to start her business. She's on workman's comp. She can barely walk. Her son's literally dying of seizures. I can't even make this up. True story. Her son is literally dying. Her husband, and they're at wit's end. Right? They're at wit's end with everything. It's Christmas. It's New Year's. It's the worst. And the truth is that she came out swinging. She came out fighting. And she had the best year ever in 2016. And she's doubled that year in 2017. In 2018, I will bet you anything this woman will be probably a rank 8 or a rank 9 in our company, and she's going to inspire many other champions from her story because she's stepping up in a leadership role now, which is even cooler. And she's taken on the responsibility that now she needs to pay that forward. She needs to commit to her team and lead them when they're maybe their backs are against the wall, right? And I think that's what excites me the most about this platform, because what other opportunity did this woman have? What else was she going to be able to do to have the freedom in her life to be able to give out and pour out to her kids, but then also to have a community to step behind her and allow us to educate more people like her family in the situation that they were in and inspire more people to have the benefits of ketones. And so Croydon, I don't know. I happened to talk to her earlier today, and so she's been on my mind. But that story, I think, summarizes all of us of where we're at, because we all have crap happening, right? Half of you guys, I don't even know. I wish I got to know all you a little bit more. I know I've met a lot of you, but really get to know you all. We all have things going on in our lives. We all have dreams and visions of doing something great. But just remember, this is a time of giving. And right now, as people, when I asked Troyden to get me on a call with the rock stars, right? The people that want to literally step up and run and own and take ownership of what this is. And he goes, these are the people. This is the team. This is the people that I would bet on that can make the big difference. Remember, for us to get what we want, it's for others to get what they want. And that's what it comes down to. It's no longer about us, right? It's no longer about what we want. Yes, have a vision of what you're looking for, but more importantly, who are the 3 or 4 people that are in your family, in your life, or on your team right now that are looking for something bigger? I just actually hung up from a Zoom. That's why I was a minute late, Croydon. I was on a call, and the lady on the call, true story, happens all the time. The lady on the call she goes, Dustin, I do not want to make more than $1,500 a year. I'm like, okay. I go, what happens if you make more than that? Are you going to give me the rest? And she goes, oh, we'll talk about it. So I think she's trying to work the system of she can't make more than a certain amount of income for tax reasons or something, or for governmental reasons. But the girl that she enrolled wants to own a yacht. I'm like, well, that doesn't quite work out. So I have to don't take this the wrong way, but I have to go down and meet the yacht girl, because the girl that enrolled her isn't going to really inspire the girl that wants to own a yacht to do anything, right? And so my reason of saying that is right now there's people out there in your organization already on your team or in your family members that maybe are more hungry than you are. So let's go find out who those people are, or maybe they're a person that is enrolled under somebody that isn't that ambitious. And so I challenge everybody on this call is get down and go get to know your team. Go dig in and taproot and get to know the brand new person on your team. Find out what makes them tick. Find out who they are. Find out if they're ambitious, and then introduce them to leadership. Introduce them to Croydon. Introduce them to Joe. Introduce them to David Hay. Introduce them to Brad. Introduce them to your leadership and challenge them to see what they want. Maybe they're the next Francisco Calero, and they literally just got evaded from another country, and they want to like change their stars forever and never have to worry about money for 5 generations to come. That guy's so ambitious, it's unbelievable, right? But maybe that guy, because the guy that enrolled Francisco is not ambitious at all. He could care less about money whatsoever. He's a nomad. He doesn't really do anything. Like he enjoys life, but he has no ambition about money whatsoever. And so, fortunately, Francisco got linked up with Michael and I, who do have some goals and some significant ambition. So I'm going to encourage a lot of things throughout this year, because I can tell you this much: where Prove It's going right now, it's like, if you got a chance to see the video Brian Underwood did with Jacob and Ryan yesterday, watch it. There is no company in this planet that has what we have, that's going where we're going, and that even remotely can compete with us in any capacity whatsoever. And you know what's interesting is that I was on with a call a couple of days ago with a company that's trying to do a ketone supplement. And after we talked, they're like, you know what, it's really not even worth going after what you guys have created. And so we're considering getting out of the ketone supplement, because it's like, they know that they can't compete with what we have. There's no possible way they can even create remotely the formulations that we have. They can't even get the patents on it. And they're like, we'd just be fighting with everybody else to try to get second place. And this company, we're now looking at maybe, they're actually coming on my team, which is actually kind of cool, and doing some really strategic taprooting of their business. But like, it was pretty cool. Like, they already recognized there isn't a competition yet. So the only competition we have, and this is truly it, is in ourselves. Like, get out of our way and share this product with more people. Get this product in more people's hands. Let's go out and align. You guys are in a unique position, because a lot of you are in Canada. A lot of you guys are in Australia, right? Why is that unique? Because most people in Canada and Australia know people in the United States, know people in Hong Kong, know people in Singapore, know people in the other countries, Australia or Canada. Like, let's lock arms. Let's go make that impact. Let's go do this. Let's engage a little bit more. Because you know what? To get to the level that Croydon's at, he's not turning off. Every single day, he's doing the activities that's required. He's either at least plugging people into the business. He's either plugging people back into leadership. If you don't know the names of your top 4, 5, 10, 20, 30 top people in your organization, then you don't know your business, right? So get to know these people. If you have to, fly them in for a weekend. Fly them to your hometown, or you go meet them. Sit down and create the relationships. I mean, Croydon, I think we got a lot of bonding, because you came to California and you spent time with us. You got to know us. That's powerful. Hey, if you guys want to fly and come visit me, I'll teach you personally if you want. But like, there's just so much to it. The daily activities are vital. But I think at the end of the day, right now, this time of year, there's so much energy. I'm having my best month in a long time personally. It's just, I had to shift my mind that this is the month of giving. Give more people the opportunity to learn about this conversation, because right now, people are trying to figure out what they can do next year to get healthier. They're trying to figure out what they can do next year to change their financial future. Remember, when people write their New Year's resolutions at the beginning of this year, they're thinking about how can they be less broke? How can they pay off debt? How can they have a new car? How can they get a new house? How can they get their kids to college? How can they lose 30 pounds? How can they not, strangle their wife? Whatever it is, or their husband, whatever it is, they're thinking about it right now. Plant the seeds and get them starting now, because the ones that are really serious will do it right now today. They're not going to wait till the first of the year. The ones that wait till the first of the year are statistically less likely to ever have success. The ones that do it now are more likely to ever conquer their success. And that's what Michael and I told Lisa Osuno. We said, listen, start today. Don't wait till January 1st. Everybody that waits till January 1st will have a harder time of having success. So, Croydon, did I miss anything? I just feel like I'm screaming at everybody. I am literally halfway out of my mind. I'm so fired up.
No, you've nailed it on the head, especially here in Australia, because we have the summer holidays as well. So a lot of people really start to get in holiday mode from now right through till the end of January. And I know more in America and Canada, it's sort of the 1st of February is go time as well. But, you brought up some really good points, and thanks for sharing that story about Lisa. And, that's what I mean. Like, some people are just comfortable being comfortable. And if you want to succeed with this, you've got to be comfortable about not being comfortable. And the great thing about this platform is no one cares about your past. Like, you could have come out of prison yesterday. but I'd still want to work with you if you want to win. And you just brought up some valid points because.
All right, I got to stop you for a second. You brought up Prism. A year ago to almost a day, I'm sitting down eating breakfast by myself in South Florida, trying to take a few minutes just for myself. This gentleman comes over. He goes, "Excuse me, sir, can I sit with you for a few minutes?" I'm like, "Absolutely." I look down. He has an ankle bracelet on. I go, "That's some interesting jewelry you got on there." He goes, "Yeah." He goes like, "Yep, I did some things. I did quite a few things." And he goes, "I had to get permission to come here." He goes, "The truth is, I can't even go to that side of the building. I'd be out of bounds." He goes, "I got special." He goes, "Listen," he goes, "I'm going to become a champion in this company, and I'm going to change the trajectory of my life." He goes, I'm a winner. I've won ranks in our business before his 1 year mark. He is building a huge organization. So 100%, it didn't matter where he was coming from, but he knew where the hell he was going, and he was telling everybody, and he was proving it to him every day by the activity he did. Croydon, I'm going to let you go back to that. You were crushing it. I apologize.
Yeah, well, I know, and I've actually met that guy. I remember meeting him in Vegas, and yeah, it's a great story, and that's what I mean. Like, it's just, you never know. The more conversations you have with people and you get outside and speak to people and build relationships and lead with the heart rather than the mind, then you never know what could happen. So, Dustin, I'm gonna cut it off there. I know you probably rocked up to the next mixer that you're going to, but I appreciate your time so much. And, you know, the reason why I came over, flew all that way from Australia to your place, was to know that you're a mentor of mine and I want to learn from you. So no better way to live in your house and just drive your Tesla while you're on call after call after call after call for 2.5 days straight. And I was just listening into what is needed and what sort of relationships and what dynamics come in after every call. Some people guns, and you know, you inspire them. Some people need more coaching and more C1 coaching, and the dynamics of each call and the daily activity that's needed for success in this is definitely, you know, what I saw. And so that's what I took out of it. So I encourage all of you that are on this call, whether you're watching it now or you're replaying it another time, that it's just like, enough's enough. If you're wanting to create change right now, then let's go. I'm happy to connect with you. Get in contact with me right now, and we'll set the standard to achieve phenomenal success and help a lot of people. So everyone that was on, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Dustin, thank you so much. And this call is a wrap.
All right, guys.